Hi guys, Wendy here with Artfully Created. I am making ATC cards. I joined another swap, and so there is a theme, and I'm just putting some ink down on some cut up cereal boxes. I recycled about 4 boxes and Kleenex boxes this morning, so I'm just doing something. I don't know if it's going to be a bomb or a hit. I rubbed on some crumb cake from the Stamp It Up collection, and then Island Indigo, and I'm just sponging that on. I can even get into frame. I'm just trying to make a background. And I believe the theme is Hawaii, but without trying to blow it. If you're in my group, we haven't even been signed to group, so I don't even know who is in my group and if they even follow me on YouTube. So I keep forgetting to turn on the camera when I'm making art, so I thought I better start getting into the practice of doing that again. And I'm going to be using some of this texture paste from Deco Art Media, which is kind of a grainy paste. And I'm going to mix it with some Glamour Dust, which is the copper the ultrafine glitter paint from Deco Art. And then this stamp pad that I got, I think I got this at Tuesday Morning for $2.99. It's a Fisker's Island Fun. So I bought this not knowing what I was going to do with it, and with this ATC swap being Hawaii, I thought I can use this stamp set. So this is what I am doing so far. Okay, just made some of this texture sand, and we're just going to slap it on kind of randomly. And I don't even know if this is going to even be anything. But I just want to get some kind of texture down that's not too thought out, not too planned. I'm trying to be more random with my art. And for a recovering perfectionist, that's still a little hard for me. But we are going to do what we can. Ooh, that ink wasn't dry, so I got a little more blue. This is very messy. Look at my fingers, they're like almost black. Is that a sign of a true artist, when your fingers are dirty? Looks like I just barely made enough of this sand. on this one. Okay, I have some sand, and because I didn't let my ink dry on the background, it's now turning the color of my background. So if you're using dye-based ink and you're going to use this texture sand, okay, I think that this texture sand paste and glitter dust, you might want to let your dye-based ink backgrounds dry completely, because I really wanted it to resemble the beach and sand, but it's now taken on the background color. But we'll work with it. We'll see what we can come up with. It's like, I think this project is going bad really quickly. Let's see, it's this way. When the camera was turned off, I was just trying to put one together that I would like, that I could make for all of them. And I liked this tiki, but it was too dark. And then the butterfly just seemed too bright. And then I stamped Paradise and was trying to do it with a white gel pen, but because of the sand I did as a texture, it's almost impossible to write over it neatly. So that one is going bye-bye. And so this is what I was doing. You know, I really have a hard time getting creative on film, so I stamped 12 of these little suckers. And I think these are sea turtles. And I thought it would be cute. And then I colored one brown and one kind of an orangey color. And if I was doing that by itself, I think that would work. But I really wanted these little flowers in the corner. And this guy just looked too big for that. So I'm 86ing that idea, and then I did a fish, and the fish was, well, is he swimming on sand? So I thought, well, that doesn't make sense. And I did a tiki with old olive, and that looked a little better, but I still didn't like it. Then I did with a lighter brown, and that was too light, so I didn't like that. And then I stamped it with soft suede on the brown, and that was okay, but it wasn't really the look. And then I changed to a lighter colored cardstock with the old suede, and I thought that was what I was looking for. Now, I don't know if this is a texture in the stamp because they're cheaply made, but I'm not happy with this stamp set. After using Stamp It Up, which are such high quality and made in the USA, all the stamps pre-Stamp It Up that I've purchased at various craft stores, and they're made in China, they just really suck. I'm sorry, but you really see the quality when you go back to a cheaply made, you know, stamp made in China. And I just have to say that I love the quality of Stamp It Up stamps. Unfortunately, the theme of this challenge was Hawaii, and so this was the only stamp set I had that was that theme. So I don't know if you can see that texture, but no matter how I stamped it, it would get these little lines. And that just, again, goes to the quality of the stamp, which I might throw this stamp set away at the end of this project. So anyway, on to the ATC cards. So I think I like that. And then I did a couple of colors of butterflies. I love these colors. Little turquoise. And the little itty bitty butterfly. And then I'm going to stamp Paradise. And I think that is going to be my ATC card. I don't know. I'm just either not feeling creative today or I'm just blocked. Maybe I totally went wrong when I did this background. In person, the background looks very pretty. It's just the sand, the texture is very hard to stamp on and then use the gel pens. So I am just going to continue on with the corner, and I'm using Rich Raspberry. I love this color. And another thing, when I was pulling this off the clear sheet, the stamp actually broke. This corner comes up. See, it broke in half. So I don't know, I might be hesitant to buy stamps, you know, locally that have been made in China. So anyway, enough of my complaining about stamps. And I did like how this was situated in both corners. So I'm just going to continue on that theme, and it is a little harder to stamp on the sand, but at this point I'm just going to keep going and just not worry about it. And actually I like that just by itself. I don't know if I can send that off as a finished ATC card, but I love this texture. And I don't think, well, I guess you can see it a little bit, but this spot right here, I didn't have the sand on it, and I got a little choppy. I wanted some texture, and I like this one. This one is really pretty. And so I know these are all going to be slightly different. Because some has more sand and some has less. But I think that will be okay. And look at that. Do you see how I did that? That almost looks like a fish. You see the fish? His little mouth over here and his fin and a fin up here. I didn't know I did that. That's kind of cute. But we're going to cover it up. Some of these are curled. So I think Thursday or the 20th, we're supposed to get our group assignments for this ATC swap. And then Thursday night, I have a group coming over, and we're going to make ATC cards and swap them. And when I created this class, I picked the theme of fall, and I want to teach them how to do ATCs on an assembly line, because the first class I had, which was my first meetup group ever, everyone did 5 to 7 different cards, so no one wanted to swap them because they really liked what they did and they just absolutely refused to swap. So I thought, well, let me show them how to do an assembly line, and so that each card is pretty much the same card, you know, be slight variations because they're handmade, and that way they won't feel like they're giving somebody a piece of their artwork. Well, that's the whole point and purpose of an ATC swap, but for someone who's never really done it and who really was doing art for the first time, they wanted to keep their ATC cards. And I thought that was okay, since it was the first group and I really didn't give them much instruction. I explained that we were going to swap, but when it actually came time to swap, they were looking at me like, oh my God, no way. So this time we are going to do fall themed, and I'm hoping they're going to enjoy it. I'm hoping they can come up with some ideas. And sometimes it's hard to create on the spot. I know I'm challenged at times. So there we got that. And I kind of like that. That's really kind of pretty. And then this little tiki thing, the little tiki statue, I'm propping it up with this foam tape, and what I was doing was just going to stamp a bunch of them and then fussy cut them out. So I am going to go ahead and stamp these out, fussy cut them offline. Oops. And then be back to get the finished product done. And see, and it almost looks variegated. It's darker down there and lighter up there, and it actually looks like a weathered tiki. Anyway, I'm going to stamp these out off camera and fussy cut them out, and I will be back. Okay, so I got all these little tiki totems punched out and all my butterflies punched out and embossed, and I am going to get some black memento, and then in the upper right hand corner stamp paradise. I'm going to try to pick a corner that doesn't have a lot of the textured sand. I don't know, can you even see that? Looking a little blurry. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if the sand is making it blurry. We got our group assignments, I believe, on the 20th, and I'm in a swap that is mostly international, and it's always people I've never met before, so it'll be really fun to swap with different artists. And I have them in New Zealand, Switzerland, and there might be an Australian, which there's one lady who swaps for her young daughter, and I've swapped with her before, and she's in one of my groups. And then there might be a Canadian, and I don't know which country she is. And then I have one girl in the US that I've swapped with before, so a lot of new people that I've never swapped with before. And I'm looking for this stuff. And I'm just gonna just lay that in the back. And I feel like I'm all thumbs today. I'm having a real hard time using my fingers. But we'll get it done. I want to get these in the mail tomorrow, so I can move on to the next project. Oops. See, all thumbs. And I got my light on, so it's like directly above my head. You can see it right there. And it is screaming hot. On Facebook, I've been posting a lot of fall related posts because I can't wait for fall, even though, you know, being in California, we don't get the fall colors as, say, Vermont does. But anything cooler right now would be a welcome change. And then there's been people that have been getting mad at me for posting fall pictures because they really like summer. But I'm also a fall baby, so it's always been one of my favorite seasons. And I have to remember to look at pictures of the East Coast falls because we just don't get that saturation of color. We get brown and maybe a little bit of red. You know, it's like overnight the leaves have already fallen, and then the trees stay bare for the fall, and then winter comes and we start heating up again. Okay, I wanted to make 10. So I didn't cut enough of these tikis. Need one more. But if you're ever in a swap, this is the fastest way to make a bunch of them all at the same time, is just create an assembly line and do one step at a time, like I'm putting all the tikis on. And then once I get that done, then I'm going to assemble these butterflies. And I am layering them on top of each other. So I am going to use my glue dots. Just pick out 10. Then I don't need those. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it. Okay, so we'll just add that one there real quick. See, I got confused again. I want to put the little guy on the big guy. And then I'm, excuse me, then I'm going to put the big guy onto the card. And then let me bring them down again so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of plopping them down. And I still haven't figured out how to count. Come here, dude. Okay. All right. So, let me turn these around. And there you go. These are the ATCs. The theme was Hawaii, and I think that embodies Hawaii. I really like those, and these are 2 swaps, so there's 2 groups that are getting the same. It was just easier for me to do a bunch of the same than 10 different ones. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.